Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you some great budget summer hacks that are going to be especially helpful if you have kids. All right, if you're new here, hello, I'm Claire. Welcome. Come on in, make yourselves comfortable. Be sure to subscribe if you like what you see here. I'm a mom of two lovely children, Fox, who is 5, and Desmond, who is 4. And we are now starting to get into the lovely summertime where we're hot all the time, we're bored all the time. And I thought that this would be a really good opportunity to share some really good hacks with you guys that will make your summer a lot easier as a parent. And of course, since I am the budget queen, none of these are going to cost you an arm or a leg. All right, let's get right into it. The first hack I have for you guys is to make this delicious summer drink. You may have seen this on the internet before, but I decided to give it a try and it worked amazing. I got some Kool-Aid, I mixed it up, and I put it in ice cube trays. I let it sit overnight. It didn't quite get as firm as regular water, but it worked out just fine. And I made the kids just like a delicious little kid-friendly looking cocktail. If you are a grown-up, you could definitely add a splash of alcohol in there and it would be delicious. However, these are for the children, so I just used some 7-Up, and they thought these were so cool and so fancy. And as those Kool-Aid ice cubes melt, it just makes the drink taste even better. Nice and refreshing for those super hot days. My next tip for you guys has to do with sunscreen. My kids really hate getting sunscreen on their face. I've tried using the sprays. I've tried, applying with my fingers, and it's difficult to get it distributed. And then I found this hack where you actually use a makeup sponge to put on the sunscreen on their faces, and this has solved basically all of the fighting and the drama around getting their sunscreen on their face. They each are totally cool with the sponge, and the sponge is really great because it gets all little crevices and corners around the nose and all the parts that are kind of difficult to rub in with your hands. It's also really handy because if you're at the beach and you need to reapply, just keep that sponge in a little Ziploc bag. And because the worst thing ever is trying to apply sunscreen when there's sand in it and it just feels terrible. Use a sponge, so much easier. My next summer hack for you guys is one of these delicious popsicle treats. I love making my own popsicles. Usually I'll just blend up whatever fruit I have in the house, but I saw a recipe for these and I thought they were so cute. This one I'm using 7-Up again, but you could definitely use carbonated water, or you could use a different type of soda or fruit juice, but I thought that it would be cool if it was clear. And all you do is you add gummy bears to your popsicles. And my kids thought these were so cool and so fun, which leads me to my next tip, you guys, and that is for a mess-free, or at least less messy popsicle experience, use a cupcake liner. Just stick your popsicle stick right through this one. I just use scissors to cut a little hole, and that way as the popsicle starts to melt and get drips everywhere, it all stays right in that cupcake liner. And I thought that was just the best idea ever, especially because my youngest is the slowest eater, you guys. It takes him forever to eat a popsicle, so that worked out really, really well for us. My next tip for you guys, I went to Dollar Tree and I picked up these 2 little caddies. You can find them at other places, but of course Dollar Tree has an amazing deal on them. I keep them in the car, and for your summer road trips, this is the best way to distribute fast food if you're going through the drive-thru. Even if it's not drive-thru food, even if it's food that you pack with you, this is a really easy way for your children to be able to eat on their lap. Both of mine are still in car seats, so it's really nice that they have all these little individual sections. I can stick the burger in one, the fries in one, the drink in one, and then they're not making a mess. They're keeping it all together, and it's keeping them focused on what they're doing, which is hopefully eating on the way somewhere great. My next tip for you guys is for those great summer movie nights that I know a lot of people have, especially because the sun goes down so much later in the evening. I find that on Friday nights and Saturday nights, we are often watching a movie and the kids always want a snack. And I thought this was the coolest way for them to do something a little bit creative, for them to work on their fine motor skills, and also get a great snack out of it. And what I've done here is I picked up this stretchy elastic type string at Dollar Tree, and then I got all sorts of snacks that were either ring shape or had a hole in them. So we have some peach rings, we have some like Funyuns, well, like the Dollar Tree version of Funyuns. We have Fruit Loops and pretzels, and I just let the kids make their own snack necklaces, and then they could wear the snack necklaces while they're watching their movie for movie night, and they can snack on them while they're watching. This one might also be good in the car. I think this has like a lot of applications. Anytime you can like cross something off the list, like feeding the kids, but at the same time have it be an activity that they enjoy doing, that's the best way. My next tip for you guys is to make your own bubble solution. I know bubbles are pretty inexpensive anyway, but all too often the bubbles get knocked over, or if you have a bubble machine and you don't want to keep buying more bubbles to refill it, or if you just want to like experiment with some different things to make bubbles out of, if you want to like fill a tray or something like that, you can make your own bubble solution super easily with water, dish soap, and a little bit of corn syrup. I will leave the complete recipe down below of all of the like measurements if you want to try making some, but it's so much easier than just buying more plastic bottles. You can just refill the ones you already have, and then you never ever run out. My next tip for you guys is one I've used for years, and that is when you're going to the beach, always pack some baby powder with you. This baby powder is from Dollar Tree, and when you have sand stuck all over you, I know it's like a nightmare, especially if you've got two like sun-soaked, tired kids and you're trying to get their wetsuits off and they've got sand stuck all over them and it's like hot and you're sweating and like all the things about the beach that are like the worst. The baby powder is so great because all you have to do is just like throw a little baby powder on the sandy parts and wipe it off with a towel, and it will just make all of the sand that is stuck on you just fall right off. We even use this at home because we have a sandbox on our like back patio, and the kids are so sandy when they come back inside. So I just baby powder them really quick, and that way we're not bringing in loads of sand into the house all summer long. This one is actually really, really useful. My next one for you is to take your kids' pants and make them into shorts. I like to turn their pants into shorts to make them last a lot longer, and they don't need to buy new shorts. I save tons of money this way. And there are 3 super easy ways to make your kids' pants into shorts, all with varying levels of time and effort required. So the first way, the easiest way, of course, it works best with denim, and that is just to make some cutoffs. You just cut straight across. You can even fringe the bottoms and make them like kind of open and rugged, or you can just cuff them and roll them up, and they work just totally fine. My son really loved this pair of pants. They fit him really well, so it's really nice that he can continue to wear them throughout the summer. The second way is also very easy, and that is to use this great hem tape. This you actually just iron on, and it will stick your hem to itself. So I like to do this on like sweatpants and stuff that doesn't cuff very well. And you just turn it inside out, you line up your cuffs, and you add this tape, and then you iron it down. You don't need to sew anything. It only takes a couple minutes per pair of shorts, and they last the whole season. I have done this a lot of times, and I've never had the hem come undone after multiple washes. So I really stand by this. I will leave a link to that product, the like hem glue, down below, because I've come back to it year after year to make shorts. And of course, the last way is the traditional way. Get out your sewing machine or use a needle and thread and sew the shorts. I usually don't do this method, but I thought I would just show you that this is possible to make shorts if you want to go the extra mile and add a real stitched hem in there. However, I find that the first 2 work just as well and cost next to nothing. And my very last tip for you guys has to do with riding in the car because it can get so hot. I recently read, I can't cite this as being real, but I read that it can take as little as 10 minutes for a car to increase in temperature of up to 20 degrees. So we all know it's really dangerous to leave our kids in the car. I mean, it was 90 degrees in Michigan last week, and I mean, we aren't even into the thick of the summer yet. So the car can be a super hot place. And if you are like me and you're getting more than one kid buckled into a car seat, it can kind of be the worst. So I saw this hack to use a squirt bottle full of water. You keep it in your house or in the diaper bag or wherever, and then you take it to the car with you. You can spritz down any metal that's super hot. I know my kid yelps every time he sits in his car seat and accidentally touches one of the metal buckles because they are like scorchingly hot. So before you throw your kid in, you just spritz it with the water real quick. Any parts that get really hot. Also, this is nice. I sometimes just spritz their little faces too. And then they are cool and they're not yelling and whining at me that they're too hot while I'm getting the other one in. And I just find that the simple dollar store squirt bottle has just really made those really hot car experiences a lot easier to manage until the AC kicks in and everyone is cool. All right, you guys, I know those were pretty easy, pretty basic hacks, but I just thought I would share them with you because we've used each one of them so far and we still have the rest of the summer to go. So I know they all work, and I know that if you needed to use any of these, that you'll be happy that you did. Let me know down below, do you have any great summer hacks for your kids? I would love to hear it. I'm always looking for ways to make summer easier, more fun, more comfortable, all of those things. And of course, come on back for more. I post 2 videos every single week. I would love to have you, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!